What is up YouTube, XeXSolutions here, and today I am bringing you another tutorial, and this is on how to install the Homebrew launcher on your Nintendo 3DS or 2DS console. Now in the next couple of weeks I will be bringing out a lot of videos regarding Homebrew with the Nintendo 3DS and the Nintendo 2DS console. I've recently got a new Nintendo 3DS XL and I'm loving it just due to the fact that I can basically do anything on it. I've installed, lots of Homebrew applications. I can download free Nintendo DS games and not have to pay for them, and basically do all the essentials that you want to do on a DS completely for free. So this is what I want to bring to the channel. There will be a playlist with lots of different Nintendo 3DS Homebrew stuff, and I hope you enjoy it. If you do have a Nintendo 3DS or 2DS console, then be sure to watch these videos. They will definitely help you out, and the majority of them will be completely for free. You don't have to pay anything in order to do this, and obviously if anything gets patched then I will update all of the links and videos in the near future. So without further ado, the requirements for this is literally you have to own a 2DS or 3DS console. Recently in 2017 there has been a much easier way to gain access to the Homebrew launcher, and I'm just going to explain what that is. So basically the Homebrew launcher allows you to play out of region games. So for example, if your Nintendo runs on the Europe region and you want to play a game that you have and the cartridge is from the US or from outside of the US, then you can pop that in, run the Homebrew launcher, and then through an application you can play out of region games. You can see here on screen as well, you can play Aperture Science 3D, which is a free adaptation of Portal. So as you know, there's no Portal games. It's for PC and Xbox and all of that. And developers make all these games and they're awesome. You can install custom themes to use on your actual home menu. So when you boot up the 3DS, you have the normal themes. You can download custom themes and make your own themes and make it a lot more prettier. So you can play all the old consoles such as the SNES, the NES, the Sega. You can play a lot of Game Boy games as well. So this tutorial will be very, very easy. All it requires is an SD card, which you will already have installed inside of your 3DS. Now, if you have the new 3DS like I do, then you'll have to unscrew the back of the 3DS in order to take the SD card out. But you can also use the software built in order to transfer data between your computer and the 3DS's SD card. So that's a lot easier to do. So I do recommend doing this, and I'll show you later in the video on how to do that. So let's get started. The links will be in the description below, so go ahead and head over to the soundhacks.com's website and choose your region. Now if you don't know how to do this, then go ahead and go into system settings, and in the bottom right hand corner of the top screen it will tell you which version that you are on. If it ends in E, then it's Europe. If it ends in U, then it's USA, and so on and so forth. So mine is a European console, so I'll select that. And as I said, I have a new 3DS, which is the 3DS XL. But again, if you have an old 3DS or a 2DS, you can also download that version here. So I'm going to go ahead and click download, and I'm going to save it to my desktop. Once we've done that, we can go ahead and click on the Homebrew launcher link, which is smealum github.io/3ds. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure. And if we scroll right down, you'll see preparing your SD card. Now all we want from here is the payload and the starter kit. So if you go ahead and click on the blue URL here, this will go ahead and download the starter kit like so. So again, I'm going to save it to my desktop. And now what you want to do is select your 3DS's firmware version, which is currently on. So I'm on the new 3DS. Again, if you're on the old one, then select old, and then just select which firmware version you're on. Now mine's 11.2.35E for Europe, and then we're going to go ahead and click download other app. So I'm going to go ahead and save that to the desktop as well. But again, if you are from a different region, be sure to change the region here, because this is very important and it will not work. So you should end up with 3 files like so. I'm going to go ahead and extract that, and if you go inside here, we'll have 3 files: the boot, themes folder, and a 3DS folder. So the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to start the file transfer between our computer and our 3DS. So I'm going to show you on screen how to do that. So load your 3DS and go into the system settings. Once inside system settings, go to data management, and then microSD management. Now this will prompt you to plug your DS to charge. Now I do have a full battery and we're only going to be using this for a couple of seconds, so this does not matter. Now if you haven't set this up already, then go ahead and just set it up and connect to your Wi-Fi. It's pretty simple. The username I've set here is 3DS and the password's 1234. So now this should be accessible to our computer. So once we have our 3DS into transfer mode, we can go ahead and open the File Explorer and then go to network if you're on Windows, and you can see here that we have the 3DS connected to our network. We can go ahead and double click on this, and it's now going to ask us for the username and password. So my username was 3DS and the password was 1234. So I'm going to hit remember my credentials and hit OK. Now you'll see micro SD card, so we can go ahead and open this, and now we're in the root of the SD card. Now I have a lot of crap on my 3DS, just homebrew stuff and ARM9 loader hacks, and we'll get more into that into separate videos. But all we're going to do now is get the files that we have downloaded. We're going to drag and drop the sound hacks just anywhere on the root of your 3DS, and we're going to go ahead and replace the file destination because I already have it, but obviously you won't, so just go ahead and drag and drop it there. Now we can see the sound hacks is in the root. But now what we're going to do is grab the payload and we're going to rename this to otherapp.bin. So make sure it says otherapp.bin or else this will not work. So do the same for this, drag and drop it to the root of your card. And if it says replace the file, then go ahead and replace that. Once we have otherapp.bin on there, the last thing we're going to want to do is open up the starter folder, and we're just going to simply drag and drop all of these at the exact same time onto the root of the SD card. Once we have all of the files placed on the SD card, we can go ahead back to the home screen and go down to the Nintendo 3DS sound application. Go ahead and open this, and as you can see, it will just say welcome to Nintendo 3DS. We can hit next and OK. This will then prepare the SD card. Go ahead and go down to SD card and hit A, and you'll see Love Nedwell 2016. Now the creator of this, his name is Ned, so props to you. I will give credits in the description below. But all we want to do now is hit A on this. And as you can see, we are now inside the Homebrew launcher. So at the top we have a few folders, and if you go down we have some applications installed. Now you may not have all of these because you can install some of these for yourself. Check out the forum post link in the description below if you want more information on that. I will do some other videos on FTP and some exploits and lots of other different things. So this is access to the Homebrew launcher 1.1.1 completely for free on the latest firmware for your Nintendo 3DS or 2DS console. As I said at the beginning of the video, I will show you how to install ROMs, use emulators, and do other tutorials on that in the near future. But for now, this is on how to access the Homebrew launcher. So I hope I've helped you in a way. Comment, rate, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.